Okay, recording this video after close trade Thursday, 27th of March 2014. Hope you had a good day's trading today. Well, we got a continuation of the sell-off yesterday, and we ended up with an exhaustion pattern on the downside and a bullish divergence. Two things to note on the charts today. Not going to do a long video, but just going to reference a couple of kind of useful tips. We had this sell-off yesterday, ended up with these big exhaustion patterns, and I say always look for a little bit of continuation during the next morning and another exhaustion pattern, and that's what we got. So the open of the day here, we got a whole bunch of blue professional bars, we sold off, bang. That was a nice one shot, one kill entry over here, pull back to dirty end of trend, and that's when we get the exhaustion pattern kind of coming in here. Bullish divergence comes in and we set off to the upside. So that's the first thing to note, to look for these kind of exhaustion patterns. It wasn't a classic bottom kind of down here. We had a few blue professional bars kind of step in, it kind of reversed and went the other way. We had more on the 4500, but it wasn't a nice like pullback to end of trend on the 500 or anything like that. Kind of rolled around gradually. Now, second thing to note is that we started back on the upside here, and this is a short covering rally that just really got out of hand, and all of a sudden back through the highs we were busting all kinds of stops, and this thing was racing away. So I tried to get short here at, what was I trying to get short at? 35.75, and again at 39.25. Had to get out of both of those trades with small losses. But then what to do, because this thing's kind of racing away to the upside. And what you're looking for is these blue professional down bars here. Little one here as this thing is broken into an uptrend, and this is the really nice one down up here, up in the 42, 43s. The thing that's nice about it, you know, the uptrend is not kind of finished because we've not seen blue professional bars on the highs as we're going up through here. So we know that it's not over because of that, and we kind of come back into the next blue professional bar here. It's amateur bars going down, so the amateurs are trying to short that little piece, or they're kind of being caught out with a trailing stop. The professionals step in, blue professional bar holds, and we race away to a pullback to end of trend. And the testing up into the 47s up here is amateur up bars, so this thing's weak at this point after the end of trend. So I'm just going to tag on that trade because it was a nice one. I just took out 3 points on the way up. It was good for the 4, did hit the target, but I just jumped out before because of these amateur up bars, particularly this one. On the 1500 you can see it's a blue professional bar here. On the 500 tip bar chart, let me just try and pull out the detail. There we go. So on the 500 tip bar chart we were coming into a pullback and an uptrend, and it was Rambo patterns and blue professional bars. You can see a little bit of a U-turn there, so the professionals are sitting there with resting buy orders. They kind of step in, they kind of are anxious to buy it up. We test back into that level, it holds, and a blue professional bar kind of kicks this move off to the upside. And again, the reason to get out is we got two pullback to end of trends, one on the 500, one on the 15, and we're testing back up with Rambo patterns, so it's weak up at these highs at 48, so that's when to kind of get out and take profits. But anyway, so that move kind of to the upside surprised a little bit. I was trying to get short around this kind of turning point here, see it kind of test down and see more kind of blue professional bars at the lows. Didn't want to do that, and it just cracked on through and kind of broke to new highs here and ran a whole bunch of stops. So hopefully that's kind of helpful to you. Where are we you know, kind of going forward on the long term tip bar charts? 40,500. We put in 2 exhaustion patterns here. The 40 number, the 41 was absolutely key. It was an area of, it was the low on Monday. We kind of cracked past it and then kind of blew back up through it. I don't know, I'm not sure if we're going to get caught up here and kind of head back. Just have to wait and see. Friday, tomorrow, Fridays tend to be trendy days and rangy days, so expecting a little bit more range and potentially break into a trend move. So let's see which way it breaks, whether they did enough kind of work on the supports down here in the 30s in order to hold this thing, but not sure which way it's going to break for tomorrow. Anyway, I'll tag on that day trade. Hope your trading's going well. Okay, just gone long 44.25. Long 44.25. Checking stops and targets. Well, what a short covering rally, unbelievable. Just bounced off bullish divergence. We had a little testing, amateur down bar, bang, took off. Thought it was going to turn around here, but no, we kept going, blasted up through resistance here. So on 1500 we're in a trend move. And no blue professional bars up at the highs here, few on 1500 but not on 40, few on 500 but not 15, 45. Amateur down bars, into cyclical support. It's a little early for this one, but the pullback level's just gone off here. So that's little cluster rainbow patterns there. So we're going to go back and test up here, and if it's all over, because that was pretty big, then we'll get more blue professional bars. So what is the high up here? 47 even. Alright, here we go. We had another little test down into 43s. Bang, took it up. Blue professional bar breaking through the highs of that. So cyclical support's going to play in as well. Like I said, the high on this one was 47, and target's 48.25, so that's okay. Little pop above here, run some stops, get those blue professional bars to kind of come in. Here we go. So we're up at 46. It's gonna always find a little bit of technical resistance at this previous level. Here we go. Come on, pop through. Okay, we got 48s. We got end of trend going off here. It's only 10,000 flush signal on that time frame. Come on, let's go for another. Did just have a little bit of a stop run there. Come on, let's break through. Well, target got hit. I didn't get taken out. So, sitting on a mean retrace. We've also had pullback to end of trend go off, but no blue professional bars here. We're on 45. So let's come back. Let's come back and test. It's a decent reading, but it wasn't exhaustion reading. Come on, bust through, take me out. 47.25. Cannot stand it. Damn it! I know it's going to run through 48.25, but I'm going to up bars, double rainbow pattern here, and it's just testing out. There's no blue professional bars yet. The highs here, pull back in a trend. It's going to do it, but not for me to sit through that. I like getting out on this. The first push up. Here we go. We'll probably just bust through it here and just go. There's no blue professional bars yet on these time frames. So anyway, that was for 3. I was quite happy with that, but just don't have it in me to hold through that, particularly after pull back end of trend. It's just testing and testing. Anyway, so that was 3 at least. Let's see where it goes next.